Hey everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Silver Hyena, back again with yet another haul, or kind of a mini haul. I didn't get a whole lot this time, but what I did get I am pretty excited about. However, before I begin, I have a little bit of a tiny bit of a story time I want to say. Okay, so first thing was that I figured, hey, I had never been to a Family Dollar before. What can I say? I didn't have those in Washington State. So I decided to check them out. And, well, truth be told, they didn't really have much of what I was looking for, since I like going to weird places and picking up art supplies. They had a little bit of Crayola and a little bit of some store brand, like a couple of pens and crayons, but I just wasn't feeling any inspiration from it, so I moved on. Then I remembered another place that I had heard about called Dirt Cheap, and I was like, oh, I need to check out this place at some time. It's been on my list to check out basically since I moved to Texas, and I only just finally went, and oh my god, I had never been so thoroughly repulsed by a retail establishment in my life. I should have taken some video footage of this place, but when I got in, I just wanted to leave as soon as I went in. It was just so disgusting. I mean, this place should be freaking condemned. It was just, ugh. My skin is crawling just thinking about it. It reminds me of my old garage, not where I used to live before I moved here, where I lived before that, when I was a kid slash most of my teen years. We lived in a mobile home with a detached garage next door, and that garage, it was a trash heap. It was just disgusting. And we actually had nicknamed it the graveyard because that's where my first pet ever, Cuddles, cuddly with humans, not so cuddly with the rodent population. She stored her victims in there like a feline serial killer sort of thing. God rest her fuzzy little soul. Anyways, that's aside the point. The point is this place called Dirt Cheap, I guess that they really take their store name to heart, because it looked like that garage, just bigger, and they apparently they can legally sell stuff, even though I think that place needs to just be condemned as a health hazard. It was so disgusting. So after leaving that place and wondering, why did I wait a year to see that? I popped by the Dollar General and my new favorite place, Five Below. So we're gonna go over some of that stuff that I found today. Of course, before I start sharing, if you enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And without further ado, too late, I know, I am going to share some stuff that is not thoroughly repulsive and disgusting. So to start things off, at the Dollar General, I was very surprised to find these. I am wondering if Crayola has a bigger set of pastel crayons, but until then, this will have to do. It's 8 colors. And as you well know, I have greatly been enjoying Crayola products just because they're inexpensive and you can do a surprising amount despite the modest price tag, I want to say. I mean, this was like $1. So yeah, very excited about that. We'll see what I can do with that. And more from Art Skills, which is a brand I'm quickly becoming rather fond of ever since I tried what I'm guessing are their alcohol-based markers. I mean, like, it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck. I'm gonna assume it is a duck, if you know what I mean. But these are water-based markers, which I am not as fond of, but I have found that I do rather enjoy using water-based markers on a good mixed media paper, so I have hopes. So we'll see how those work. Anyways, Dollar General bag can go. And to start with my Five Below haul, the first thing, okay, it is not an art supply. I acknowledge it is not an art supply, but dang it, I wanted it because it was freaking adorable. I love these things, these silly little squishmallows. I mean, like, I swear, these things are gonna take over Beanie Babies. In fact, I've actually seen some Beanie Baby knockoffs of these, but that's beside the point. Anyways, I had to pick up this little guy. It doesn't say on the tag what specific animal he is, but judging by the fact that he's got this really short tail and he looks like he's got a mane here, like, he looked like a hyena to me. And it is very hard to find hyena stuffed animals. It's like they don't exist. But the spots, it does kind of look like African painted dog spots, which I figured, hey, I like African painted dogs too. So whether it's a hyena or a painted dog, I don't know. I figure it can be up to interpretation. So to me, he's a hyena. And let's see, his name is Dito. So I don't care if he's a hyena or a painted dog, whatever he is, he's adorable, and I needed him. Okay. My get a room moment is done. Okay, we'll get back to the art supplies now. Anyways, I did not need more paint brushes. But I needed these. Look. They're filled with water and glitter. I have no idea if these are gonna work for watercolors or what, but dang it, I wanted them. So $5 for 8 brushes with glitter in the handles that move and mesmerize you. I could take a gamble on that. Alright, and then something else of interest. I was very curious. This is one of those little scraper foil things. And this is a mini one for $3.25. I've used a kit before a long time ago and I think I've lost it. And then it's like I kind of forgot about it, but I am very curious to revisit this kind of thing. So that was a very interesting find. Oh yes, speaking of interesting finds, as those of you who have been watching me for a while know, I have a weakness when it comes to little watercolor travel sets, and now Five Below has a little watercolor travel set. And it's only $3.25. That is insane. I am just really hoping that these work because I have used some Five Below watercolors that were surprisingly good and another that was just no. So I am I have such high hopes for this. I really do. Alright, and moving on. Because I have been eyeing these for a while, I hadn't bought them every time I saw, like, I've seen them for a while, and then it's like I just decide not to buy them because they're water-based, not alcohol-based, but this time I'm like, you know what? I just want to try them because I like the zebras. Yeah, that's my reasoning. I like the zebras on the package. So this time I finally figured I'm just gonna go in and do it. And last but not least, I didn't need this, but I decided that since I saw it, I wanted to try out Five Below's watercolor paper. Now that, again, spiral, which is what I prefer. I like spiral bound. And it's 40 sheets, and you can get this 9x12, or they also had a much smaller one. I think it was more in the 5x7 range, somewhere like that. Now then, since I've already got some small watercolor sketchbooks that I still need to fill out. And even though I still have other watercolor sketchbooks of this size that I need to fill out, I figured that I'd be better off getting the big one. But like the paper, it's decently thick. I mean, and there is a little bit of texture to it, but it's not as textured as, say, Strathmore. So I am really curious how this $5 pad of paper will hold up to some of the standard 12 and up dollar pads of paper. Now then, it's like, I know that this couldn't hold a candle to, say, Arches or Fabriano or any of like the fancy pants brands, which, don't get me wrong, those are fancy pants for a reason because they're awesome. But I really want to see how everything from like El Cheapo watercolors to my high-end Daniel Smiths and beyond will work on this paper, just because I'm curious. Yep, that's the whole reason why I got it. Curiosity. Anyways, that's all for today's video, I'm afraid. Like I said, the art haul itself was very, very short. I just had to relay my tale of going to probably the most horrific retail establishment I have ever been in. Yeah, that was like dirt cheap to mean it. I'm surprised that they're still in business. I mean, my skin is crawling again. I need to stop talking about that place. But have you used any of the art supplies that I've shown here? If so, I would love to hear your stories. And yes, I know I still have a bunch of other stuff that I need to review, make videos of, and then I have to edit those videos, and then I have to proofwatch those videos. And yeah, like, I'm a one-person show. I'm doing it all by myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, okay, rambling over. This is Silver Hyena, signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye! Post below, do you think that this is a hyena or an African wild dog? I really want to know your opinions. Whatever it is, it's just derpy cute.